Iron sharpening iron, hit a spark when we speak. Stronger together, yeah, we building each week. Each one reach one, now the whole world know. Big Jack, story time, walk, talks, let's go.
Oh man, welcome to the Iron Sharpening Iron Show. I'm your man, Big Jack. This is where we prove we are stronger together, that if each one would reach one, we can all grow and glow. And this is the last Wednesday of the month. And because of that, you know, it's the battle of the sexes. So no, Walt Talks will not be with me today because this is where we bring 3 men and 3 women on the panel. You already see I'm in my uniform, my jersey, my referee suit, because I'm in the middle. I am not going to be touching either side of this. I'm just in the middle reading the questions and trying to get some answers. So I don't even want to hold this up because I'm excited. I know we got a strong panel today and some really nice people that's going to help us break down this story today. And man, do we have a story today. So let me welcome all to the stage and get them up here. So if you can bear with me for 1 second, let's get them up here for the battle of the sexes. Well, there they are. All right. We got them all up here. How y'all doing?
Hello, hello. How you doing?
All right. I got a story for you today, and I'm going to have to start moving some people around real quick so I can get everybody where I want to put them. So I'm going to put Christine up top, and I'm going to move Nyla up there. Louis came down, and there we are. So it's almost like, what was that? Hollywood Squares back in the day. Y'all remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hollywood Squares, for all those people remember back in that day. Welcome to the Battle of the Sexes. This is where we put 3 men and 3 women. So you are the panel today, and we break down topics that men and women face, and we try to get a real world answer about it. Normally, it just be questions. I could just throw different questions at you, but this time we got a letter, and for the first time, for all those out there, I shared the story with the panel before they came on the show. So they got a little idea of what's going on, and we're going to see how this goes. So before we get there, I'm going to start from the top with Miss Christine. If you can tell us just a little bit about yourself so everybody know who you are, and we'll go down. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Christine.
Hey, everybody. I'm a master level counselor and clinical hypnotherapist. I have a background in childhood trauma, healed emotionally, and went through a lot of stuff in romantic relationships. And dare I say, I'm going to tell you my secret. It's a little embarrassing, but 5 divorces under my belt in 30 years. 5 divorces. I'm a little older than what I look. But I'm really excited about this show, and I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for having me on.
Wow. Oh, okay. Thank you, Chrissy, for sharing that just a little bit, and and thank you for being on the show. Looking forward to hearing what you got to say today. Miss Kiki, tell us a little bit about yourself.
What's going on? My name is Miss Kiki. I am hailing from the beautiful city of Cincinnati, Ohio. I am by day. I am a marketing manager by night. Sometimes I do performance in entertainment, but most of all, I'm a minister as well. So, and I'm working on my doctorate as well. So,
all right. So, Dr. Kiki in the house. All right.
Hey!
I like that. Speak it as if it is already. There we go. Speaking that thing into existence. All right, and I got Miss Nyla up there. How you doing? Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Nyla. I'm from Arizona. Well, I live in Arizona. I'm originally from Chicago. So my daytime job, I work with children with special needs and learning disabilities. I also have a business as a professional organizer. And my background is in behavior health.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome, all you ladies on the panel. So now we're going to come down to the gentleman. Mr. Keith Mercer, introduce yourself, please. Is he stuck? Can you hear us, Keith? He's going. I'm going to move over. Aqua Funk, go ahead and introduce yourself. We'll come back to Keith because I think he lost his thing. Go ahead, Aqua.
How y'all doing? My name is Aqua Funk. All right, currently I live in Florida, but I am not no Floridian. Please get that straight. I just happen to be here at the moment, from Virginia, New York, up north, east, whatever. Everybody's saying something personal, so I guess I gotta say something personal. I got 2 left feet, and when I run, I only could go in a circle. So that's all I got. You know, spin around.
Oh man, you crazy. Yeah.
I just,
All right. Running in circles. I like that. So
that's all I
all
got.
right. That's all. That's it. All right, Mr. Louis, how you doing? Go ahead.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. I'm Louis Rome. I am a father of three, married. I am a small business owner, and I owner too. But I hail from Severn, Maryland, and I'm also a varsity baseball coach at Meade High School here in outside of Severn, Maryland, also. And that's about it. I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, welcome. So at this very moment, Keith, you can see that he's having technical difficulties. So we'll work on that in the background and we'll get him back up here. But we can keep on going because the show must go on. So we keep on going. And I think Aqua and Louis alone can handle the ladies up top.
We got you.
We got it, Louis. We got it, Louis.
I'm talking
It's
trash.
good.
You see, I'm in the stripes. I'm not talking trash. I'm just in the stripes. So we do have a letter. So I just want to break this down to you. We did get a letter in from a. You taking notes this time?
This time I'm taking notes because last time there was a whole lot of details.
And it still might be missing. I don't write the letters; they come in, and if they only going to put what they're going to put, and we got to break it down. I sent you a little snippet of what the person was going through. So it says, "Dear panel, I have been married for 23 years. I have two beautiful children, a 22-year-old son and a 19-year-old daughter who is about to graduate high school and head to college. And I'm taking it as the 19-year-old daughter that's getting ready to graduate high school. Why she graduated 19, I don't know. Don't get caught up in that. On paper, we are the family people admire. My husband is a good man. He is a beautiful, faithful man, a strong provider, a devoted father. There has never been another woman, so he's never cheated, and there has never been another man, so she's never cheated. No cheating, no scandals, no dramatic betrayal. And yet, I am deeply unhappy. This didn't happen overnight. I'm saying, if I'm honest, it's been about 5 years, slow emotional distance. The spark once had, the passion, the laughter, the effort, slowly faded somewhere along the way, and we became roommates, raising children instead of a partner building a life. And let me get Mr. Mercer back on before we finish, and if he's ready. You're going to have to turn that camera for me, though. Turn the camera for me. All right, there we go. Let me get you. Okay. And yeah, there we go. Thank you. He says, but 5 years is a long phase. I'll make sure I'm on the right spot. Okay. No, I'm sorry. It says, I stayed for my children. I stayed because I didn't want to disrupt their stability during such important years. I convinced myself that once they were older, maybe things would feel different. Maybe we would reconnect. Maybe I was just going through a phase. But 5 years is a long phase. My daughter is about to leave for college, and I've made the decision that once she goes, I plan to move to the same area that she'll be attending school. Not because I need to watch over her. She's strong and independent, but because I feel it is my opportunity to finally choose myself. I am 43-year-old. I'm on my own in my own career. She has my own career. I am financially stable. And for the first time in a long time, I'm asking myself what peace look like for me. My husband is still a good man. That is what makes it hard. He hasn't done anything wrong. He just isn't the man I feel connected to anymore. The emotional intimacy is gone. The romance is gone. The excitement is gone. Wow. And I've tried to ignore the aches inside of me, but it won't go away. My children have noticed the shift between us. They've seen the distance, and they will be shocked if we get divorced. But I don't think they will be confused. Keep going. There is no one else in the picture, so she hasn't stepped out yet, or looking for someone. I'm not running towards another person. I'm running towards my own peace of mind. Part of me feels selfish. Hmm. How do I leave a good man? How do I break up our family when there is no abuse, no infidelity, no explosive fights to point to? How do I explain I'm just not happy anymore without sounding ungrateful? But another part of me wonders, is it selfish to want fulfillment? Is it wrong to want more than stability? Is it too late at 43 to pursue different versions of life? Uh, I don't hate him. I respect him. I appreciate him, but I don't feel in love anymore. Panel, I need your honest thoughts. Is choosing your own happiness after 19 years, well, is it 19? 23 years of marriage, brave or selfish, searching for peace? That's what her signature at 43. Okay. And I apologize. My eyes is watering, nose running. I don't know if I'm crying from the story or what's going on. but so we have it. There's the story. I know Akko said he was going to take notes this time, but I'm gonna go up to our Christine. I'm gonna throw it at you first, if that's okay.
Oh,
She don't want it. So
I'll
do
go.
anyone want to take it
I'll
first?
go first. I'll
Okay.
do it first.
Go ahead. Who?
So she was 20 when she got married.
Mhm.
She had a child, it sounds like within the first year of marriage. So for the last 22 years, she's had kids. So she's been a wife and a mother from a very young age. And she did not get to experience what a lot of people get to experience in their 20s. So I feel that for her. And all 5 of my divorces were from abuse and or infidelity. So I hear that she has a very good man, which in my experience has been very difficult to find. So I get what she's saying, that she's very grateful for him, but it feels like she's really struggling because she feels out of love with him and she thinks it has to do with him. And my experience, my training, the work that I do has shown me that it's actually herself that she's fallen out of love with.
Wow. Wow.
So
Okay.
I just, my plea would be, like, if this was my best friend sitting in front of me, my plea would be to do the inner work while she stays with him, if he supports that, even if she has to move out of the bedroom to have like private space. But before she chooses divorce, to give herself a chance first to fill that void that she's missing.
Wow. Okay. I appreciate how you said that and broke it down. So I'm gonna go to you, Keith, on this one. You heard the story. You heard what Christine had to say. You got anything to throw on that?
Well, I mean, I think this is such a great question because we see this so much in today's world where we sacrifice so much at a young age
Mhm.
to get married, and you take on family and you take on those other responsibilities. But again, it goes back to your commitment, your loyalty. She says she has a good man. So that being said, you need to stay, number one. But I agree, counseling, get some help, get the help that you need, open up that line of communication. And it sounds like he doesn't know what happiness is. I think that's that inner question that she has to ask herself. Well, what does happiness look like? Because the grass not is not necessarily greener on the other side. If you know you have a good man, that's an advantage right there. Okay. So it's not the man. So a lot of that might be her upbringing, what she saw role modeled, but you have something that together you have somebody that you have kids with and that you have history with. So I would just seek some counseling, get some help before you move forward with something else. And then just communicate with your partner.
because I think hearing his perspective would help also. And your kids are older. Bring everybody together as a family and let's, and put this thing back together. You've been together for a long time. We need to keep families together. And I think that that's possible because she says she has a good man. So bring that together and get the work that she needs.
All right, I appreciate that. Now, so Kiki, now, do we stay for the kids? I mean, she said she stayed for the kids.
Play it. No. Forget them kids. Well, first of all, let me say this. I know you said it in the letter. I have a problem. Number one, I agree wholeheartedly with you, Christine. The fact that she needs some counseling. As a single female, out here is nothing. There is pee in the pool. You want to stay with a good man, figure it out, stay in another room. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to tell you, people are not committed anymore. They playing games. But the part that kind of struck me that this is more than just the being unhappy. She said that she wanted to move when her daughter goes to school in the same area. Make that make sense. If you were struggling with your unhappiness and your joy, that's something you're dealing with. Going with your kid, you're trying to live vicariously through your child. That's just my personal opinion, but we're not staying for the kids. I understand that, with whoever, if you're in a religion or whatever, that you need to stay together. That's crazy. But I'm trying to tell you, out in these streets, y'all need to figure out. And it seems like there's a lack of communication that is going on her end. I know it's 2-3 sides to every story, but from her perspective, she's talking about the goodness of the man that she has, but she is yet articulated that she's communicating what the issue is, because I feel that she would have stated in there. But the heck with them kids. They grown. They ain't thinking about you anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, I respect that.
Yes.
I appreciate that right there, 100%. So now, Aqua, we ain't talked about the husband. He's going to be blindsided. I mean, this letter that came out, this man going to be hit in the mouth with with a brick when he finds out that she's not happy, because I'm sure everything might look good on the surface. But tell me about it. What's up?
So, all right. So first of all, I got to tell you where I'm coming from with this, and I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this out of bragging. I'll be 50 next month. All right. When I was younger. Growing up, I was told that, as a Puerto Rican male, that I was supposed to be papi chulo. I was supposed to be this lover boy. So I acted on that. I'm just saying that because I've been a lot of people's side piece is what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? So I've listened to a lot of married women. No, I'm not saying this to be funny. I'm not saying this. I'm just saying I've listened to a lot of women complain and tell me why they was with me at the moment, that particular moment. And like I said, I'm not trying to brag on it. It's just interesting that this came up. And the stuff that they would tell me, one would kind of make me mad, because I'm like, you here with me, but you really do got a good man at home. And everything you telling me is on you. Like, it's all on you. Like, you feel this, you feel that, and he ain't doing nothing. But then there was the other hand where the guy was exactly doing that. Nothing. So, maybe, I don't know, maybe he ain't, slapping her on the bottom, man. Damn, girl, we calling in to work tonight. I don't know. All I know is a lot of it could be her perspective, and she doesn't realize that, leaving him, she's still gonna take that perspective with her wherever she go. She need to work on the perspective she got, but she don't see it that way. She thinks by changing that situation is gonna be different. That's like moving somewhere, but you taking your same baggage with you. You know what I mean? It's not gonna work. And as far as the husband goes, maybe some of this is on him. Maybe he ain't keep the fire up. Maybe he thinks just because working and bringing home the bills, which I ain't gonna lie, I've been there, where I sat home and I was like, bringing home the bills and paying the rent, that's proof enough that I care. That's proof enough that I love you. Then I started thinking about back when I was a kid, when I was younger, where their wives were, and I was like, yeah, maybe it's not enough. Maybe I do gotta put a little spice in it. So he gotta have a clue if she's not happy. After 20 years of marriage, he gotta have a clue, and he's just being complacent, thinking she'll be here tomorrow.
Well, now think about it. She said the last 5 years. That's when the spark.
That's what I'm saying. Over the last 5 years,
5 years.
he should know that she ain't got that smile. She ain't got that pep in her step. He should know that. So he should be doing a little something too. But at the end of the day, it really is on her to work through how she feels. And if she does feel like she's gonna leave, is she selfish? Man, that's because at the end of the day, that's the question, right? Is she selfish? Bro, that's a hard one. That's a hard one.
I appreciate that. So I'm coming up to Nyla. I'm coming up to you, Nyla.
Yeah.
And here we go. We're gonna throw this out at you. Do men fumble? Do they forget? Do women carry more weight than men in the relationship when we're talking, especially with kids and all that? Do you feel that way?
I think with kids, especially when you have a family, but I think too, getting married young, and people have unrealistic expectations of what marriage is supposed to be. And so I think always staying in counseling when you're married, because I think for 5 years to feel like this married, when her husband doesn't know that she feels this way, I feel like the both of them should be in counseling together. And I think for people that's married, period, if not counseling, being around other married couples or other people helping. My daughter just got married. They're 29. And I am constantly I hope you guys can get with other couples that are around your age that's married, that are on the same path. Talk to other people. And another thing that what could be going on too, a lot of people this day and age are I want to protect my peace. I want to be happy. And I think people today don't know how to be happy together with other people. And she asked the question, is she being selfish? I think sometimes a lot of people are being selfish now.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So now I want y'all to think about this. Now, this letter came to us in 2026. She said 5 years the spark was gone. What happened about 5-6 years ago?
Right.
Yeah.
So, Lou, I'm throwing it at you. Did COVID stop them from loving each other now that we got to spend all our time together?
Wow. I think it's just when you mention the word happiness, how are we really happy at any given day? Are we really happy? What's happiness? Because most of the people we know, family or friends, there's drama, there's work, there's other people, there's entitled people, there's stress, there's jobs, there's finances. What is true happiness? I'm still searching for that for me. But for being complacent for the woman's perspective, you need to have communication. You know damn well for 5 years, if the man ain't figured it out in 5 years, he ain't going to figure it out because there's no communication. If you're grounded spiritually in the church, maybe that could help. But I'm with the woman here. It's her life. There's a friendship there. He's a good man. He's still your friend. He's still your grandfather's, possibly grandkids. He's still going to be there for you. In the end, he's your friend now. Whether you're separated or divorced, he's still there. However, she may need a spark. That spark is burned out. That flame was there. Now it's burned out. So she needs some time to go, find some happiness and joy. And maybe that guilt is off of her shoulders when she leaves for a short period of time. Will she come back? Maybe not. Maybe she will. But it's not because she needs to have, find that spark intimacy with somebody else. She just needs to have some freedom because she was young when she had children. For me, my perspective is, hey, you know what? It's her life also. And the guy should definitely know, after having talks with him during this 5 years of decline in intimacy and talks, come on, man. He knows what's happening. And he's not surprised when she rolls out, So for me, she's brave. She's courageous. And I wish I could do that because she's brave and courageous to tell her man, hey, I love you, but this ain't working. Will it ever work? I don't know, but I need to leave for right now to find myself, what makes me happy personally as a woman. I want to be happy. If it will come back to us and we're happy again, maybe. But for right now, leave me alone. That's my perspective.
All right, I appreciate that. Now, Kiki, I know what you said about the kids, but now for 5 years, you didn't faked it, and now what did you show your kids as far as how relationships work?
You done messed them
What's
up. You done
oh,
messed them up.
okay?
Because kids, I'm gonna be honest, kids are resilient. We actually downplay the children's mindset about they know what's going on. They know before you know as
Yeah.
parents that y'all crazy. I'm just being realistic. And from my perspective, I'm divorced after 10 years. Amen. Hallelujah. With that, you know what I'm saying? My daughter, as she's 27 now, she even said, I knew y'all weren't good in the first place. And it was more than just the argument. It was just your behavior. But I just think me personally, I think it's selfish. And I appreciate what Nala said, that you said that you need to make sure that you're with the same couple, but you need to be with the ones that have been married the longest, the ones that have been married the shortest, those that you have common interests and actually have differences, because that's the only way that you guys can stay together. But for 5 years, you're telling me you have not communicated. I understand all of us are evolving, but you've been evolving ever since that you said, I do. No one stays the same in a marriage.
Right.
Everybody has different personalities. Well, after 5 years, after the first year, you figure out, I really don't like you as a husband. I don't like you. But guess what? We're gonna make this work. I feel like I think goes back. She needs to have some therapy. And I think from Louis' perspective, or what he presented was, you're chasing happy.
Right.
Nobody else can get you happy except your own self.
Yeah, that's true.
That is a state of being.
Right.
So you chasing it. I'm still stuck on the daughter thing, because to me, that is what the
Well,
issue is.
It's no accident. It's no accident that her daughter is nearly the age she was when she got married, and she's going to move to where the daughter's going.
Yeah.
That's a flag.
That's my problem. That's
Yeah.
my problem, because you're not going to put in the letter. You're telling me, oh, my daughter is moving and I'm going to go with her. Are we going to be separate? That's
But it
something
got nothing to do with it.
has nothing to do with you being unhappy.
Right.
Absolutely.
So
But,
wait a minute.
I understand, but he has, I mean, me personally, I know men, you have a responsibility to make sure that your wife is good, but they are not mind readers. No one can read anyone's mind. You have to articulate it.
You can't even beat around the bush with a guy. Like you got to come out and give it to it straight, or else it goes right over his
You
head.
got to give instructions. Like, I'm like, go to the store and get some bread. And then they bring home some bread, and you be like, no, I wanted Wonder Bread. Well,
Well, you better say Wonder Bread.
You need to say Wonder Bread that has the yellow tie. And
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
let me jump.
Go ahead, Keith.
I'm definitely moving toward the selfish side as well, because ladies, here's the deal. And I've seen this so much. How many times have you had families kind of build their daughters up to go find a good man, right? And like when I was playing ball, we actually had a class called the MRS degree, where we had to watch out for women that were just looking to get married, because society says at a certain age, you should be married and you should be in a family and you should have kids. So, but I think in today's world, that's kind of crazy, because you've been committed to this marriage for this long. You have kids together. Ladies, y'all know she knew the first couple of years if it was gonna work or not. Okay. You knew when you made that commitment. Remember, you were you before the kids came, right? So then now all of a sudden the kids is an excuse. No, this is a cop-out. This is her way of trying to get out of a commitment that she didn't want from the beginning. Right? When you and I totally agree with one of the ladies said this earlier. When you got a good man, what else are you looking for out there? Right? Then it just takes communication. And it's hard for some guys to see that because, listen, these ladies have gotten so good at being their own assistant. You know what I mean? Being their own assistant. And with guys, we need to know expectations. That's where the communication come in at. What are you expecting out of this? Where you want to be in 5, 10, 15, 20? What do you want to do when the kids are gone? Right? Then the second thing is the role modeling. I agree. Listen, the kids are watching. You better believe it. And we want to make sure we don't traumatize them, so they don't then take this into that next relationship. And what my mom want to go with her? Come on now, you want to be around a college campus for what? Right? Don't take that drama into her life. Let her live her life. Get some counseling. Get some help. Because the guy necessarily, he could not know. I'll be honest with you, he could not know.
Right.
But that's where that communication come in at, and that's so important. But don't use your kids as a cop out. You know what I mean? As an excuse. If you don't want to be there, have a conversation.
All right.
Right.
So I want to thank Tiffany Williams out there for her comment and the $2 that she dropped in. It says, in marriage, you have to know that change will come. It's going to come.
Absolutely.
I'm questioning y'all because I'm asking now, is it the man's job to keep you entertained? Is it the man's job?
I have to tell you that Tiffany said change will come. I have to tell you this funny saying that my dad used to say before he passed. And it was when a man and a woman get married, the woman marries the man hoping that he'll change. And the man marries the woman hoping that she won't.
Absolutely. And that's what I was talking about. But when you meeting her assistant, you're not meeting the person, right? You meeting that person you see right then. Everything is good. Hair is done. Well, what happens in the morning, right?
Yeah.
When you meet the real person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, listen, if either you grow together or you grow apart, it's just that simple. There ain't no other way.
But even if you grow apart, there's a chance you're going to be empty nesters. This is the time to get to know each other again, to date again, to bring the spark back again, to lay it down on the kitchen table again. Like this is the time the kids are out of the house.
Christine, I was thinking that is getting ready to be empty nesters. Is that not the time for the spark to get back? If she's not giving it a chance. So I'm gonna ask you, all parents, if any of you have kids that's already left the house or at that age, and I'm asking because it was confusing. I've been divorced and all, and I've noticed that when I first got married, my first wife had a child before we were married. So she had her own child before we got married. When he left the house, when he graduated high school and went to college, is when I seen the switch. So is that part of the problem, that the kids are leaving? And
we build our identity around the kids, and then the kids leave, and we don't know who we are. So we have to find our identity again at that point in time, or we go chase the kids.
But I don't think so. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nyla.
I think sometimes some women stay in marriages just to not be a single parent. And so when I keep thinking about the 5 years that it's gone down, like she doesn't feel the same about him. I don't think it just happened 5 years. I think, okay, now the kids, the last child will be moving out to college. And so now, this is when I'm going to make my exit. And so I think that could be a thing too, like women just staying, like you said, we shouldn't stay for the kids because it is messing them up. But I think it's the whole thing of, I don't want to be a single parent and do all this on my own.
Well, it's freaking hard. I mean, I don't blame her. It's freaking hard to be a single parent.
Yes, it is.
I think we fell in love with the ideology.
But I think it's unfair to the person that you're with. If you don't want to be with them, let them go and let them be with someone else or figure it out.
we've been conditioned to what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've been conditioned of to think of what marriages are supposed to look like because we idolize things that we only know how what it looks like from that angle. But rather than for us to have a real conversation and telling people, you may have a sexless marriage. Hey, you may have that opportunity to have arguments, and to deal with real issues we don't talk about. I think I grew up in the generation where it was, I came up with 2-parent household, but the idea of a perfect family was leave it to Beaver. You know, what black family? I don't come. Do I look like a Leave It to Beaver family? It didn't look like that until later. The Huxtables came as as an imagery, but that wasn't real either. You know what I'm saying? How many? Let's be realistic. But I pray for that lady. I hope that she gets help. To be honest with you, I hope that she's being an adult to having a conversation with her now husband, so he can start to figure out what did he do wrong. Because I don't think that he's innocent in all of this.
No, hell no.
I don't think you have. I mean, unless he is just like but I think he already had that behavior of I'm just imagining. Yes, I pay the bills. I sit home.
Yep.
Maybe that's something, but he's forgot how to evolve because he's been content. Because men are very calm. Women, we want the extra stuff. I'm not trying to be fed. We want it all.
Right.
Come on, let's do this. And he was like, "Don't want to sit at home and eat some chicken."
And I appreciate that. So now I'm thinking about this now as y'all talking and I'm listening, and I appreciate all of your comments. Can you be in a relationship, a married couple, and still be a single mom?
Yes.
Because to think of all the work that's going on, and I'm asking, I'm throwing it out there, because she mentioned that she has her own career. She makes her own, and I don't know, so she didn't put it in there, so I'm just throwing it out there. But I've told you I talked to other people about this too. So you're asked, or you're going to work, so you work the same 9 to 5 that he worked. You get home, 9 times out of the 10, the woman takes care of the kids, not the men, more the women. It's 9 times out of 10 that the woman's going to do the cooking, not the men. So you did the job, you came home, took care of the kids, and you cooked. And then you get up and do it again. So really, you're in a relationship, but you're pretty much doing it by yourself.
So, but personally, in my opinion, and so that's like an old school relationship, which, I mean, I kind of grew up seeing that. And to be honest with you, in a lot of ways, I recognize that in my family right here, but that's because she's so hands-on with my daughters. It's hard for me to get in there. So I try and concentrate more on her. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And if he's not doing that, I mean, that's I'm not taking the blame totally off him. She still need to work on herself, but he still got to make her feel like, she ain't got one foot in the grave. He's still got to put some spark in it. But if she does feel like she's a single mom in a relationship, that's because he ain't really, he ain't inserting himself, whether it be with the kids or, with her, that's on him then. If she feels that way, that's because he ain't doing a good job at making her feel like a woman, I guess,
I also feel like it's some pieces missing, right? It's all the pieces to the puzzle not there.
Yeah,
Either
I agree
someone's
too.
and I'll give you 2 pieces that's missing. Number one, his perspective matters.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it could really be something that's easily fixed if he didn't know. You know what I mean? If you would just do this, then that's a fix. But it almost sounds like there's a third party involved in her ear telling her, you can do more, you deserve more. It
Her
sounds
best
like there's a
friend is what
third
it is.
party.
That's what it is.
You know what it
That's
is,
what it
Keith?
sounds like.
Keith, you know what it is? Keith, it's a
Yes.
cell phone. That's what it is. They're-
Social media.
They're on the social media. Social media is their third piece. That
Absolutely,
drives it.
because I think if we do a survey on just with the women on the panel, when you hear he's a good man, He's not abusive. There is no stepping out on the man's part. I just don't know a good woman that's gonna walk away from that. You know what I mean? Because from everything I hear when I'm in women groups, that's an attraction. That's a turn on, right? You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
We want the loyalty. He's a good man, Savannah. I'm just wanting, you know what I'm saying? I need that in my life.
If he's still breaking kitchen tables, then yeah.
But I mean, I think
without
I mean, not trying to be funny. As we get older, there's some things that will actually diminish of what we wanted when we were younger. You know,
Yes.
having our backs banged out, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to, because once my back is out. But all seriousness, I mean, Keith, you spot on. I feel like there's another piece that's missing. I believe, Aqua, you hit it. Is one of her friends that are envying how her life was, and it's messing with her head.
I'm waiting for her to leave that good man so she can get him.
So she can tap in.
And it's an empty house now, so shoot, heck yeah.
Absolutely.
So is 43 too old, or is it just the right time to get your groove back? Come on, Stella got a groove back. 43.
You too old. We too old. We too old to be playing these games. Because these young, now don't get me wrong, these young kids, they gotta go.
She don't know. She don't know. If she's been in this marriage since she was 20, she doesn't know what has changed in 23.
Right.
A lot has changed. Guys look at you like with online dating and stuff, and they think it's like a Walmart. You know, you don't work out, or you're too much of a hassle. I'm just gonna go to the clearance section and get that other thing over there. You know, I mean, it's destroyed.
Yeah.
I think online dating has just completely
Yeah.
ruined.
Yeah, be careful what
not
you
only
wish
that,
for.
Not only that, but the attitude that men and women have towards each other is way different. Like I watch a lot of reactionary videos of when these young kids watch like videos of music videos like Jodeci, and they're looking at these people and the stuff they're saying, and they're amazed by it because they don't do that. They don't talk like that no more. You know, that whole romance thing is not a thing anymore. So I wouldn't know how to talk. They think I'm crazy if I talk to a woman like I did back in the day. Ew, you nasty. You talk to me with respect. Ew, what's wrong with you?
Wow. Okay. Look. I truly appreciate all that y'all the answers that you've been given, because it's been real talk, and it's a real scenario. The thing what she threw out at the end was panic. She needs an honest thoughts. Is choosing your own happiness after 23 years of marriage brave or selfish? So I know we hit that, but she's saying, am I being brave for stepping out and I'm gonna start over, or am I being selfish for stepping out and starting over? And I know y'all said all kinds of directions, but that's the question she asked at the end. So is she being brave?
I think so. Let me say this. I think it's a culmination of all three. She's being brave enough to do it at age 43, but she's being selfish because she's not communicating. From my understanding, she's not communicating what the issue to see if it can be rectified. I wish that she stays and at least have that open conversation, you know, with her partner. But also she needs to have an honest conversation with herself. What do you want?
Yeah.
She probably don't even know what she wants.
She don't, because out here in these streets are rough.
Mm-hmm. You know that she wants. She wants to be. She released that freedom, and that she's being brave and releasing herself to be. She's got to be a little bit selfish. But I agree with you, Nyla. She has no real plan, but she knows that she wants to come home and throw her clothes off, throw her dishes on the sink, leave them there, throw whatever. Just be relieved of that interaction, probably with her husband. I think she is being selfish, obviously, but she is seeking happiness for herself. I believe she is, and she's not finding it with her husband.
Like
has got to be deaf and blind if he knows what's happening. This whole for many years, she has to be.
But I think again, happiness is a state of mind. People, you like something makes you happy at the moment. You're not happy every day, every
It's
month.
fleeting. It's very fleeting. Yeah.
That's right. You seek that, you'll never get it, but you'll seek
Right.
it.
You don't get it in the outside world.
No. Right.
Like that's what you're saying now. Like it's an inside job. It's in here.
All right, now
Like
would we have the same?
You go to Phoenix and you take the baggage, you still got the same baggage in Phoenix.
Yep.
I tried that.
Yep.
I tried moving to Phoenix. It didn't work. I still had my self with
So
me.
let's flip the script now, and real quick. Had this letter come from the husband,
Yes.
will we be having the same thought pattern when he's saying
Absolutely.
after
He a piece of crap.
23 years, he a piece of crap?
He's a piece of crap.
I would say the
He's
same
having a
thing.
midlife crisis. He's gonna go buy a convertible. And he's trying to get some little young girl. That's what he's trying to do.
Well, I feel that she doing the same thing. That's me personally, and this is for
Yeah.
female. I think honestly, I feel, I will actually. I don't want to say bash the man, but if he wrote it, I will feel the same thing. I'm like, he crazy too.
Okay,
Because that's the honest truth. Nobody can get you. I think we are at the age where we know what's good for our souls.
I like that perspective, because I think society would have bashed the guy and would have been, you just such a horrible person.
Midlife crisis.
You misogynistic. Here we go again. I think we would look at it from a different perspective. We would definitely, he would be selfish, for sure. For sure.
I think Miss Kiki's still stuck on the fact she's moving out there with her daughter, so she already hung her up.
That is kind of crazy.
I know I'm gonna keep going over this, but she put that in the letter.
Yeah.
Yes.
If she didn't mention it, I'd probably be like, you know what, sis, go ahead and try to find yourself, whatever, but stay in the relationship and figure it out, because it's hard out here. And I'm not saying that there's no good. I know there's we joke around that there's pee in the pool or whatever, but there are still good men. But most of the good men are married. And most of the good men, you got to be at the same level that they are, or they're looking for another child, and you're 50 years old trying to push out a baby. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Those are those hard questions we got to ask off the break. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, what are you expecting out of this? It's almost like a contract. Marriage is like a contract. What's your expectation?
Marriage is a business.
Or do you go find somebody and maybe she go out there?
Right there. It
She
is.
said marriage is a business. Okay. All right.
Marriage is a business. I mean, it may be a harsh conversation to have, but you got to understand what your role is. Are you the president or vice president? Are you the operating officer? Where do you fit in? That's not to say that you don't have you're not equal.
Yes.
That's not to say that. It's just saying understanding your roles. I think that's what I think Aqua was talking about, traditional values. I think everything is shifted because now women have equality. So now we're like these strong individuals, and we don't, some of us don't need no man. Child, let me get a good man.
Absolutely. Everybody needs somebody.
Savannah, he's a good man. And I'm like, I need you.
Absolutely.
And look, again, I think we definitely helped this. Well, we probably didn't help her at all. But she got I don't say a whack story, but she has a story. When I read it, I tried to be as open-minded and hear from both sides.
I don't think it's a whack story at all, because like I said, when I was younger, I came across a lot of these women. It was the same thing over and over again. They was looking for stuff to answer a question, but it wasn't outside. The question won't outside. It won't over there. It won't in my bedroom. It was in them. That's the answer. It was in them, but they think it's somewhere else. That's what it's not a whack question. It happens a lot. It's a serious question.
And maybe I didn't say it right when I'm saying whack. It was like when you read an email that comes across, you don't know the person, and it's like, I'm leaving my man. He's a good man. He does it. And I'm like, where you going? But that's what you're thinking in your mind. Where you going? Because that's what you try to be. I mean, that's what you try to be. Every relationship is different, and it's like, what's your reasoning? But this person wasn't abusive to you. They was there. They helped you raise the kids. As far as we know, everything you said about them was good, except for the fact that you don't have the spark anymore. So it's like, and I'm more looking at when you go out there at 43 years old, and not saying 43 is you're done, you can't do anything.
Mhm.
But if you find a younger person, you're gonna be raising your kids again. That's,
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking at. So you're gonna be raising people
Absolutely.
again. So, or if you find an
Yeah.
older person, like Kiki made the comment, at a certain age, he ain't doing all that action that you did when you was at 23. At 23, you're a
Absolutely.
whole different person. And even 33, but 43, I can see the decline. And 50, Aqua, you ain't hit there yet. But the check engine light come on a whole lot more at 50 years old.
I got to the 15th. I got to the 15th of next month.
Okay.
Okay.
It changes. It changes.
Yeah.
50s are awesome.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Man, this
Yeah,
is a
'cause you just
grown
stop giving a
woman.
crap.
She
She's
grown.
looking for
She got
somebody
once
to-
she had kids, you grown.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
looking for somebody to give her an excuse to get out of this. Reality done caught up with her. Here's what's really going on. You faked it until you may fake it till you make it. But now when it's time to be grown, the
Right.
kids are gone. Ain't no excuses now. Y'all in the house together. Ain't no
Yeah.
more where you go to this kid's game, I'm gonna go to this kid's game.
Yeah.
No. Now it's time to be an adult. Let's figure it out. Come together, let's figure it out.
And you know what, Keith? That's part of the reason that you start disconnecting in the first place.
Yes.
You know, because you're going down different roads and it's hard to get time to come back and reconnect. So 5 years, 10 years down the road, you're like, oh crap, like we're not connected. But this is the time to reconnect. Like there's an opportunity. I'm just worried might get missed.
But you
So
got to
Jack,
think
I have
about
a
it.
question. I got a question to ask you. So do you think, I know they sent it to you. Do you, hopefully this person will respond on what we are saying. The other question, if you do respond to her, I will ask her, what are you doing to actually spark some interest back into him? Because some things could have been diminished, you know, from what her behavior was. You know what I'm saying? This is not always on the man side, you know, that he was lacking. But did she put on, and I'm being facetious, but did she put on lingerie? Did you, you know, did you start to cook a little bit different? Did, you know, where's your days, Madane? So I will ask, if I were you, I would, if you have the opportunity to ask, what have you done to continue the marriage to have that spark? Because all of us play a role. I don't care if you've been married for 1 year to 50 years. All of us have a role that played a role in the demise of a relationship in an argument. That's it.
Absolutely. Something kept her there other than the kids. You know, it'd be different if you've been sleeping in different rooms for the last 10 years. But something kept you there. What was that?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna throw this out. I was married at 23 when I first got married. My first marriage was 23. It lasted for 15 years, and like I say, and then it fell apart. It fell apart. It could be me. I'll take some of the blame. It's got to be. It goes around. But I do know that when we had the younger kids, that mostly everything we did was kiddish. We went to amusement parks. We went to playgrounds. We didn't do anything as adults because we always had the kids. We always had. So you really, as a 23-year-old, and now you say, I'm going to wait till my kids turn 18. So now we're going to say I'm 33, 41 years old. And, you know, and it's like, I'm still stuck in kid mode. I'm still stuck in Chuck E. Cheese. I've been doing this for how long? And you really never did grow up. You never did grow up.
Well,
so
you forgot how to date.
And that's the thing. The game.
Nyla said it. You have to be with the same people. Married people can't always hang with single people. Not to say you can't keep them, but you gotta keep it going on because everybody in a marriage have gone through something. Whether it be infidelity, whether it be a lie, whether it be children, whether it be a person being barren. Someone you know has gone through something, but you can't talk to a single person. I'm not saying that they don't have the ability to know, but there's only one person that knows somebody that's been married.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of times we think that people know what dating looks like dating your husband, your spouse. And I think that's why, like going to counseling, having those other couples to see what other people do to keep that spark. Some people just don't know. It's like some people are in marriages, they've been doing the same thing day in, day out, and that's it. of course the spark is going to be like, it's nothing there. And so maybe neither one of them probably know that this is what it takes to keep the marriage going. And especially the kids are pretty much out of the house. How do you get to that, that part of your life? And this is where you are.
Because there really isn't a playbook. You know what I mean? There really isn't a go-to playbook. And that's why it's important to communicate, because you're experiencing these things together, new to everyone. Everyone tell you how you should be, how you should raise the kids. Well, they're not in your situation. It's easy to say on the outside. So that's where the communication comes in at. And then the honesty, right? And listen, I love you. What I'm saying to you is coming from a loving perspective. But we need to talk. You know what I mean? We need to talk. Here's what I don't want to do. And one of the things that I'll get a little personal with myself. I waited until I was older to get married because I just didn't see a lot of positive role models. I didn't see a lot of positive marriage models that I wanted. You know what I mean? Now, I took bits and pieces from everyone, but I knew what I wanted. Knock on wood. I've been married for 16 years, known each other for 30. I just knew what I wanted, but more importantly, I knew what I didn't want. And like anything in life, it takes work. No one got it all figured out, but just tell me what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And there's some hard conversations that sometimes it's a lot easier to avoid than to have the hard conversation.
Wow. Look, this is he's popping in and out, so he's having a little technical issues. It's not an easy question. I do want to appreciate. I do want to thank you all for being on the panel with me today. Hard to believe that it's been an hour. It's been a whole hour in this discussion. It goes, I say, time flies when you're having fun, and it's probably not fun for him when he finds out. She's already said that she's not happy. So we they say a happy wife is a happy life, but she's not happy. So I guess their life is not going to be happy. So everybody's falling in and out now. But I want to thank you all, my panel, for being with me today on the Battle of the Sexes. I'm going to ask y'all, if you don't mind, just to stay back as we close out. Won't hold you too long. Just want to chat with you. And everyone that was out there in the chat today that hung out with us, all the comments and everything, we say thank you. We're going to ask you to tune in. I say, what's the day? Wednesday. I think we got, is it Wednesday? Yes, it's Wednesday. So we do got a new show coming up on Saturday. You're going to check out is it called Love Yourself? It's one of the new under the Iron Sharpening Iron Universe. That's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. And then we got the We Be Jamming live show at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday coming. So tune in to the Iron Sharpening Iron Universe so that you can hang out with us and continue as we continue to grow and glow together. So panel, I thank you for hanging out with me. I'm going to ask you to hang back just for a little bit. And we'll talk to you later, but we're going to close out the show. Everybody say peace, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you. All right.
Peace out.